Excuse me. Yeah, let me start again. Welcome back to Normski TV, doing a live stream. All things Arsenal and other clubs, including Liverpool and Chelsea. We're here to talk about the transfer window, doing a review on the transfer window, what our thoughts are. How do you think you've done in terms of your transfer business? Was it a good one? Was it a good one? Arsenal spent 150 mil. Question that I'm going to be answering. I'm going to pose to my colleagues, friends out there. Is it worth 150 million spending on Arsenal? Potential. This is a big question. 150 million. We're the biggest spenders. 150 mil, a lot of money. With Arteta at the helm, do you think he's the right person to take us forward? We've spent a lot of money, but on potential. And will it get us into Europe? It's a big, big question. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to introduce my colleague and friend, Mr. Kofi, Liverpool fan. Just adding him to there. How you doing, Kofi? How you doing?
I'm very well. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm not too bad. How was your day?
Yeah, always blessed.
Always blessed, man. That's good, good, good. We may have Dave on from Dubai. He'll probably pop in for 10 minutes or so, just to really talk about the transfer window, talk about his club, your club, our club.
Yeah, difficult times. I know.
Difficult times, man. Yeah. So what this what's going on podcast is all about is basically just looking at reviewing the transfer window, how you think you're done. Should you have done more business with the players that you have brought in? Is it going to be sufficient enough for you to win the league? What do you think? I'm just going to introduce Dave now. Yes, my man, all the way from Dubai.
Hey, boys. How are we?
How you doing, man?
Cove, you got a bit of a stain there.
He's starting already. Wow.
Listen, guys, I know you guys really appreciate coming on. I know you got busy schedules ahead of it. Dave, signing on from Dubai. Literally, what time is it there now, Dave?
10 o'clock. So
10 o'clock.
All right, it's not too bad. Yeah,
it's not too bad. But just to say the title of this video, what's going on podcasts. And it's been a long time since us three have been together. But it's quite funny because when I did text you, Dave, you were looking forward to coming on, and I don't know what the motives are, but I'm sure it's probably going to be posting more at Kofi. We'll touch with that in a minute.
Yeah,
but,
last time I was on the show, we weren't European champions. I remember 6 months ago. No.
Go on.
No, but it's true. 6 months ago, on this very show, I called it. I said, Tuchel is a proper manager. Mr. Tickle is a proper manager. And I said that he is the best German manager out there and that he's better than Klopp. And I think I have been proven right. So I just wanted to say that because 6 months ago, I did say this. I called it.
Kof, do you want to back?
No comment. No, he's just had a good run. Listen, we finished above Chelsea, and nobody.
Champions League.
Nobody. Let me come in. Nobody could ever suggest that we even finished top four last season, and you guys were lucky. To be honest.
Sorry.
Final day of the season.
We are the champions of Europe. What?
Final day of the season.
Kofi, we're the champions of Europe.
I can let you two argue.
Yeah, no. But Kofi, we're the champions of Europe.
By
winning the Champions League, we still would have qualified for European football.
I totally get that. And well done for you guys winning the Champions League.
And well done for coming second. Well done.
Thank you.
No, have you set your thing out, Cove? Then have you
we've had our little rant.
Yeah. You're
What
okay with
happened?
you happy that Tuchel is better than Klopp? We agreed on that.
I said no comment.
Well, listen, guys. Listen, we could talk about last season. Listen, hats off to Dave with regards to Champions League, mate. And you are building a squad. You've made some signings. Lukaku. Is it the other guy, Niguez? Saul Niguez from Atletico on a year's loan. Is that with the obligation to buy 35 mil?
Yeah, obligation to buy. Yeah, 5 million.
I know Liverpool
now.
were interested in him as well. I think I think Liverpool had some interest in him.
But
Yeah, we'll come to that discussion because there's a lot of frustration from my side.
Yeah, I
The
hear you.
signings. So we'll come.
I think he said he wanted to go to a bigger club, Kofi. So yeah.
You think we're not one of the biggest clubs in the world? Okay.
He's biting a lot.
I think
Norms, he's biting a lot tonight, isn't he?
David, I think you set the battleground. You set the battleground for this evening discussion. So anything gets loose, then it's between me and you now.
Well, listen. Look, we're here to talk about how we have done in the transfer window. And first of all, let's before we do it, what I'm going to just do quickly, I'll be trying to practice this. I just wanted to just share my screen with you guys. Let's make sure I'm doing this right.
I'm trying to get a boomerang without my phone.
And let's
go for it. No, go for it.
Right. Okay. So let's just focus on the. Make sure I've got this right. Let's go back to here because I didn't share. Where is it? Share this one. I think it's this one. And why is it not sharing? The answer. Oh, here we are. I don't know if you can see that Premier League table. Not the Premier League table. Sorry, the Premier League the spending.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you see that?
No, it's really small. You probably have to call it.
I can't make it any bigger than what it is. Yeah, but if I just let you know, okay. So at the top, I think at the top is I don't know if you can pinch your screen out, but you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah, just about. Right.
So at the top there, you can see Arsenal top spenders on 149. Let's call it 150 mil. Man United on 126 mil, followed by Chelsea on 108. 108, I think it's about 108, and then Man City
108, yeah.
6. And then we kind of go down, and then I think Everton is probably the least amount of spend of just under 2 million. So Everton really have not spent under Rafa Benitez. They bought in Mari Gray from is it Mari Gray? He used to play
from Leicester.
Yeah. Was it from Leicester? Yeah. And he was on loan, and then they bought him for 1.5 million. I think he scored 1 or 2 goals for Everton, but at least he's scoring goals. we ain't. So as you can see there, 150 mil spent by Arsenal, top spenders. Okay, top spenders, right? All right, let me come out of this and let me go to here. All right, let me go to this one. And boy. Okay, lads. Because you see, I'm hoping you can see that. At the top there, Tottenham. I don't know how long they're going to be there. Yeah. Top in the league on 3 wins out of 3. 9 points. Goals difference of 3. No goals conceded. And we've scrolled down to Chelsea, who have drawn 1. That'll be an interesting game with Liverpool, 1-2. One being that they came to the Emirates and beat us 2-0. We got absolutely busted, bottled up, beaten up. Every way you want to look at it, we just got battered. Yeah, we got bullied. And then Liverpool on the same amount of points, on 7 points. Obviously, you got the draw at Anfield, and I just want to probably quickly touch on that game as well, guys. Just want to really touch on that game before we go in. Okay, there is a. Let me just put this up here. Right, just quickly. This is from Fraz. Welcome, Fraz. Thanks for coming on the chat. What are your thoughts on Pepe? Now, for me, £72 million being spent on this guy, and I just don't think he's shown his full potential. Now, that could be down to Arteta. So we probably got one of the most expensive front three, probably behind now Chelsea, because now with Lukaku we're on £97 million spend on him, and then you've got Havertz and Werner. So you've got, I think it's Man City now with Jack Grealish at 100 million. So you can see a lot of money has been spent there. But what just quickly, guys, what are your thoughts on Pepe, Dave?
Yeah, I think he just hasn't been the player that you guys thought you were getting. And what I didn't know is that he's not even that young. I think he's 27. So
you sure?
Was he a bit younger than that?
I think he's about 20, 25, 26. I don't think he's 27.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was about 21. Buying a player for that amount, I thought it was a youngster, and I thought.
Yeah, but we bought him. We bought him 2 seasons ago. So what are you saying? Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. He should be like developed now. That's what I mean. He's been in the Premier League for 2 years.
Okay, yeah, just confirm.
Yeah.
He's 26.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. So quickly, Dave, what's your thoughts? So you're just saying that he's yet to show any potential?
Yeah, I don't think he's really lived up to his potential. He might do, but I don't feel that where Arsenal are right now, he's going to be able to reach that height. Where
do you see, just quickly, what weaknesses and strengths that you see when you watch Pepe?
Decision making is his weakness, biggest weakness. But in terms of attacking play, flair, creativity, he's got it all. He's got the package, but decision making lets him down big time.
Just on his flair and the technique and everything.
Yeah.
Still, do you think that might be because Arteta is quite pragmatic with his style of football?
It could be, because someone like Pepe should have that free flow, maybe that free roll, being told, get in behind defenders, run at defenders. Do you know what I mean? Be a problem. So, he's not really being asked to do that under Arteta. Well, it doesn't seem like he is, because he's not playing like that.
Right.
We have seen brilliance, and we have seen him show that he's got it in his locker, but he just doesn't do it consistently.
I mean, we agree with the statement earlier saying his end product is bad.
Yeah, really bad. Yeah.
Kofi, what are you saying quickly?
Yeah, in agreement with what David has just said, he could potentially be a good player, but he needs to work on his game, and it needs to be consistent. And to be honest, I mean, 72 million is a lot of money spending on Pepe right now in the current markets. So
okay then, right, fair enough. We've got that. I hope that answers your question, Fraz. Right, right now, I mean, obviously, I've got this little run-in with my son. When he plays really bad, he's rated at about 72 pence. Currently now, because I haven't really seen much of him, obviously, what's this? 2020, didn't know bad end product gets me 20 goals a season in a row. That's questionable. That's debatable. So I have this little running joke, if he's on his game and everything, then yeah, he may hit that £72 million, reference. But at the moment, He's looking at about 7.2 million at the moment. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I just want to do something here because this maybe it might not shock you. Right, let's just scroll right down there. Now, gosh, look at that, guys! Just look at that. So we're top of the league when it comes to spend. Look where we are now, guys. Can somebody please just tell me what's going down? Can somebody please tell me what's going down? Dave, please tell me what's going down. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Look.
You know what?
Look.
When a club is at rock bottom, you just have to take the.
Why are you laughing? This is no laughing matter, man. Come on, man. I thought we was friends here, guys. Yeah, what's going on, podcast gang? Come on, man. What's going down? All right, we say now. All right, talk to me, Cole. Talk to me.
No, man, I feel your pain. I feel it. I feel your pain.
Wait, I'm numb right now. I'm numb.
When we were in the darkest times of our rot, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest. We were just.
Yeah, I don't think you were ever rock bottom, no goals scored, and no wins. I don't think I've ever seen Liverpool like that.
No. I mean, even with the position that Liverpool in, they're not winning the league in 30 years. I don't think they've had a manager that's been a novice manager.
Yeah, that's a big issue for a big club like Arsenal.
D, welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for coming on and watching. Arsenal have brought young. Does that mean the board is giving him time to rebuild for the future? Good question. What do you think, lads?
Good question. I mean, look, they bought young, but I don't see how Arsenal have progressed, personally. When you look at Unai Emery, I mean, you guys went to the final of the Europa League. I think you lost that game because of Eden Hazard. I mean, Hazard, that game was just unplayable. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think any other given game, any other given team, you guys would have won that final. Or if Hazard wasn't there, he was the reason. And you finished, was it 5th under Emery?
Yeah.
Arteta, you finished, is it 8th? And then 8th twice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, albeit you won the FA Cup in his first 6 months. But for me, I haven't seen any progression.
No,
at all. I mean, finishing 8th twice and winning the FA Cup, or finishing 5th, and playing European football the following season, and just edge now on the Europa League, I think is the best position to be in. So I think, they've tried to obviously buy young, and you guys say trust the process, but I just feel that the process is too long.
We've had trust the process, we've had Project Rebuild, now it's Project Youth. And my problem is, as Dee has said, we bought young, we bought potential. 150 million pounds has been spent on potential, and that's one of the questions I posed. If you check the description, in my description below, you will see that we've spent 150 million pounds. And I'm asking the question is, do you think with us spending on potential that this will get us into Europe, and with us Arteta at the helm?
No.
What do you think we need to do? We're in the international break right now. After that horror show last week Saturday, literally we capitulated, we folded. And this seems to be one of the things I'm noticing when we start our games this season. We start off good for 5 minutes. Our heads are down. There's no leadership. And talking about leadership, Granit Xhaka. How's it? Can somebody please tell me, how is it that a guy who's meant to be going back to Roma, or when I say going back to Roma, was flirting with Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, done well in the European Championships and whatever. We thought he was gone. I thought that Arsenal, personally speaking, was going to sell Granit Xhaka. We was going to get in someone maybe like a Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon or even Osamoah, who was worth £50 million, is now worth only 17 million. We could have got him a 2-year loan deal with the option to buy. We didn't look at any of those alternatives. And we've decided to keep Granit Xhaka. And what does Granit Xhaka do best? Gets another red card. The most is 11 red cards in his career.
Yeah.
Indiscipline in that side. Absolutely. And I'm talking about, listen, I'm ranting now. So, guys, this is
No,
cool.
for me,
this is therapy season right now for me.
No. Look, end of the day, you know, a manager, they pick the squad. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, of course, it's for the players to go out on the field and perform. But you've got to look at Arteta's decision making, even when it comes to squad selection. It is awful. You guys have sent off Reece Nelson on loan, who was on par with Jadon Sancho in terms of potential back when Sancho was in Dortmund. And I think Nelson was in Germany as well at the same time. Remember, they're both in Germany together.
Yeah.
Got rid of Willock. You saw what Willock can produce after playing regular games.
Yeah. Seven goals in 8.
Right, exactly. For me, I would never have sold him to Newcastle, knowing what he could produce. Saliba, who is probably your second best defender.
I've got a question for you, and I think probably Chelsea is probably the best at getting rid of their youth products. Whether they or not. You sold a player just the other day. I've never heard of the guy for £18 million.
Yeah, to Crystal Palace, is it that guy? Great.
There's another one. There's another youth player that you got rid of as well. Now, for me, what's really frustrating, and I think you sold another player to Southampton as well. There was another player that.
Livramento. Right back. Yeah.
I think now, and I think you've recuperated most of your money back.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Arsenal, we can't get rid of Bellerin. He's now gone on another year's loan with no option to buy to Real Betis.
Yeah.
You've got Nene who's still here with us, who's got a year left. The whole strategic and strategy of our transfer business is absolutely rubbish. Ralph said that with Vinay, they had this conversation before he got sacked that they are not going to let players run down their contract. You've got Lacazette. He can start talking to people in January.
Yeah.
El Neni, his contract is up. Nketiah was meant to go to Crystal Palace, but Arsenal wanted 20 million. With a guy that's got a year left of his contract that hardly plays, just take the money and run.
Yeah.
Take the money and run. Why are we, it really is just absolutely frustrating.
But it just shows these players, go on, Kofi.
There's a lot of disarray going on around Arsenal at the moment. Even Willian just tearing up his contract.
Well, I'm happy for that. 20 million, we're going to save ourselves £20 million. I mean, David really wouldn't be about it.
I mean, it shows there's a lack of respect going within the club, and I think the owners, especially Conte, needs to take a good look at himself as well, because he's not the type of owner that you would suggest that loves the club.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Don't care. I mean, you might say he's giving us £150 million, but does he really understand football? Does Vinay understand football? Does Josh understand football? Arteta certainly doesn't understand football. We got novices running this club, and that is the thing. Arsenal's a great club. Come on, guys, listen. We're the third biggest club in this country in terms of revenue and being known around the world. Yeah, but you've got the likes of Chelsea, who was a small club now, and now they've stepped up now. I thought I'd get that money.
Fine. It's
fine. Listen, London, all right, get it. London is blue. London is blue. Get it. Yeah. But it's a shame, though, guys. It's a shame that Arsenal, who was a big institution, is being run into the ground.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
being run absolutely into the ground. If you, Dave, you made a point you WhatsApped me the other day. You made a point about if you are running a company, you wouldn't just employ anybody to run a country. If you're not doing good in your job,
you get
not bringing in the revenue. They're going to come and say, Dave, mate, you haven't made this. What's going on? All right. You say, what? Don't worry, mate. I'll get back and blah blah blah. Whatever. You come back, the same thing. You're producing the same results. At some point, the guy's going to turn around and say to you, mate, Dave, you're losing us money. You're losing us contracts. You're losing us customers. Yeah. We're going to have to let you go. But with Arsenal, they're happy that we're in this failure stage, and Josh Kroenke and the Cronkies, I think just the way they run the business, because in America it's about franchises, it's about bums on seats,
Do you know what's interesting as well is just when you look at what's going on in the club. I mean, Lacazette, the fact that they were saying he had COVID, Lacazette just doesn't seem interested anyway, to be fair. You've got Maitland-Niles taking it to social media, basically saying he's trapped. He doesn't like being at Arsenal. He's not enjoying his career currently. And this is a youngster, a young talented footballer who I think is probably still your best right back. But again, Arteta's completely lost this guy's confidence big time. So you look at your players. I don't feel that anybody's playing for the manager. I don't think anyone's playing for the shirt as well. There's no urgency. Defending against City was woeful. I mean, I couldn't believe the goals that City was scoring. Like
they didn't have to try.
They didn't have to at all. Even half of the City fans left after it was 5. Because there was no need to stick around. Because I think they felt very sorry for you. So you look at teams against you guys now. It's very easy to play against Arsenal. Chelsea did it by their strength, physicality, and moving the ball quickly. Man City just did it by crossing in the ball. Brentford got in your faces.
I mean, all teams now are sussed at Arsenal. They know that we play out the back. We play out slow. Without the ball, we're absolutely naive.
That's it. Exactly.
With the ball, we're naive now because we don't even know what to do now. It's like we go out there and we have no game plan. There's no plan B. Right now, it's looking like we ain't got no plan A. Because after we can see the goal, that's it. We capitulate.
Do you know what? This is probably the first time, and I know obviously it's early after 3 games, but I'm not going to lie to you. This is the first time that I feel that if Arsenal don't sack Arteta, or if Arteta doesn't start getting it right very soon, you will be in a relegation battle. You've got a relegation battle match against Norwich after international break, and then you've got Spurs. Spurs are going to be...
It's Norwich at home, Burnley away, I think Spurs at home.
Burnley away, and then Spurs.
Yeah.
Burnley away.
I'm worried about all 3 games.
That's what I'm saying.
I was going to say.
If I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be worried. So after 6 games, you could be on 0 points. I generally, and I'm not even trying to banter you.
You would sack Arteta. It was you would sack him in the internationals.
If you do not beat Norwich, or if you do not score against Norwich, he has to go. 100%.
100, yeah.
Arsenal are breaking real records now.
Listen, they're breaking records left, right, and centre, and they're bad records. Yeah, they're bad records. 3 games on the bounce, no goals scored, -9 goal difference. This is the first time we've done this since either 45 or 50 something, whatever.
Yeah,
he's breaking records for the wrong reason. Literally, this guy has broken records since he's taken over this club. He's broken records for the wrong reason. And for me, I don't know what you see, but he comes across as very arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
Comes across as very arrogant. And, for me, I don't think he treats the young players well. Yes, I hear you about Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but I just think the way he's treated William Saliba, very bad. Guendouzi, very bad. Man management is just not good. And I think Lampard had that kind of issue with some of the players.
He was,
And now he takes over halfway through the season. Totally different players that you've forming.
And remember, Lampard, those were the same group of players that Lampard said these lot aren't ready to compete. I remember Lampard's interview. He said they're not ready to compete, yet they won the Champions League in the same season. I think that if Arteta does not beat Norwich, honestly speaking, he's got to go. And if it does not beat Norwich, this is the first time I'm saying this, and honestly, it's not for banter purposes, because I've seen how you play. I cannot see how you will beat teams. I just can't see it. Do you know what I mean? I can't see outscoring teams.
I said in one of my transfer, I've also transferred daily, or I did when I was doing it, I ended up doing a rant, but I was answering the question, or it might have been on a chat, and I said there are probably 15 other teams better than us right now, and the table doesn't lie.
Yeah.
We're not bottom right now, and I watched not Watford, Wolves against Man United.
Yeah.
D is in the chat, can vouch for this, and they gave Man U a team, mate. If they had somebody that could finish, Jack Troy guy, you know, that guy was unplayable. But I knew it. I said, if they don't put their chances away, the quality will come through, and that's what happened with Man U. Yeah. Greenwood comes there. It's debatable whether that tackle Pogba did on Nevers was a red card.
No, it was. That was, you know,
it wasn't. It deemed dangerous, but
yeah,
in today's modern football, that probably would have gone as a red. But you know, we've moved on, and you know, it is what it is.
Just quickly here, just going back to this chat here. Dee said there's a feeling that some of these young players that have been bought and are purely for resale, how many actually get into the Arsenal first team right now?
That's what you've got to look at. Arsenal, you guys have downgraded, and I think you've
we bought for the future. We bought for the future. But we've not.
Yeah, because back in the day, you had a very good youth system. You know, players were coming into the ranks and playing first team football, and they were very good footballers. Now they're not getting play time, and when they are, you know, they get ridiculed for not, you know, pulling their weight, and they don't get given a chance again.
There's Dave and Cole. There's a lot of responsibility that's been heaped on players like Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe. You know, he's got the number 10 shirt now. Yeah, Odegaard has now come in. Yeah, and a lot of, and now Lokonga, who we bought for 17 million. Now Lokonga was brought in as a backup, to whoever we bought to replace Granit Xhaka. That didn't happen. So now you have a situation here now, and this will happen. Like Partey is getting injured too regular now. So you have a situation where Granit Xhaka is either partnering with Lokonga or he's going to partner with El Nene. Now, when you've got El Nene and Granit Xhaka playing in the middle of the park, that ball ain't going forward. Yeah, that ball's either going sideways or backwards. El Nene is just a bang average player. He should never be still in the club, but he's still here. Yeah, Besiktas was linked with him, but nobody came in for him in the end. And this is the problem. The money that we spent, and as Dia said, we spent a lot of money, but will any of these get into our first team? And that is the problem. We bought potential not to move us up the table. So this is Arteta's gambling youth project. We need to get. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say one last thing, actually. What's scary is when you look at Arsenal's first starting 11, none of those starting 11s would walk into or get a space into Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, or Man City.
And Man City, I know.
And scary. Maybe not even Leicester, because Leicester got Jamie Vardy. I'll take Vardy over Aubameyang. So this is a scary position that Arsenal are in, which they've never been in. I don't feel that I've never seen an Arsenal team that at least one or two players wouldn't get a start into any of the top six. But this is probably the first time none of your players will get into those 5 teams that I just called out. None of them. They wouldn't get a look in.
It's scary times right now. Just quickly want to just ask Kofi, because I know he's got to shoot off soon. Kof, just with regards to Liverpool, first of all, the game, Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that, and also just want to find out your thoughts, because I know you said at the start of the stream that you're pretty much frustrated with maybe the transfer business that Liverpool have done. So first of all, your thoughts on the game, the thoughts on whether the red card sending off Did you think that was deemable? And I'm sure Dave has got a lot to say on that. But just if you want to sort of briefly touch on, first of all, your transfer and only bringing in, I think one or two players. I think you spent something like £36 million.
Yeah. I've been frustrated with our transfer policy for a while now. It seems that FSG, just like other American owners, don't really care as much about the club, and for them it's just a business, another franchise. And I believe that they're not really putting their heart and soul into Liverpool Football Club, and it's reflecting in the way we do our transfers. We're getting rid of players every season, to be honest, to have to buy other players. And I would say that we really need one or two creative players just to fill those areas where in games we're lacking in creativity. Thiago was brought in to fill the gap, but he's not really establishing himself in that area. We need someone like a David Silva to really fill in those pockets and have that intelligence to see how players run in, and then it frees up the front three to really get in and potentially score a lot more goals. The evidence was there in the Chelsea game. Chelsea were 10 men down, and we just couldn't bring them down.
Not even with 12 men.
Listen.
Definitely with 12 men. And the
Chelsea,
people upstairs in the VAR office as well.
Look, Chelsea, I know, they have a strong lineup, but
and the monitor 14.
Listen, guys, Chelsea have a strong lineup, I know, but there are times in that game where you have to use a little bit more intelligence to break them down. And sometimes, like Arsenal, the ball just moves sideways and backwards. And
Well, I'll tell you this now, you move it a lot quicker sideways and backwards.
Yeah, but there's no real penetration. And if it doesn't go out to Trent, or if it doesn't go out to Robertson, then
it seems like it seems like your game is quite predictable, and maybe that's why you're able to manage that. Do you know what I mean? The point is that Chelsea, are a well-drilled side. Do you know what I mean? Thomas has pretty much got the balance between defense, midfield, and his strike force. And it was frustrating because I'm just thinking, even my missus was saying, what's going on? Why have Liverpool slowed down? It's almost like slowed the game down.
I've always said that if Liverpool don't score within the first 30 minutes of a game, they tend to struggle either to win the game or get something out of the game. And, it's been going on for a while, even when we won in 2019. The pattern was unfolding. And I think since we lost Coutinho or sold Coutinho, you can tell that creative area within the team has just gone. And, we're just relying heavily on the front three and front four now. And the same pattern is going to develop throughout the season as, there will be injuries and there will be others that have to come in and fill places in the team. So I don't know. I think that Liverpool have not used their time in the transfer market very well, and they need to really look at the management of club and look to bring in new owners at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it has been quite an underwhelming transfer window for you guys, and I thought you would have done more. To be quite honest, I thought you would have done more. I know you was linked with Yves Bissouma from Brighton, but he's a defensive midfielder. I didn't really think you needed that because we
have a lot of workhorses within the midfield, I'll say, and it's that creative side. And until we get that right, I don't think Liverpool are gonna win the title again.
Okay. I think Dave is liking that. I mean, just quickly before we come on to the game and the red card situation, just going back, your side, obviously you're in Champions League and all the other competitions. Do you think that you've got a big enough squad? Because Klopp tends to play with quite a small squad. And if, say, injury does kick in, I know you've got Konate that you've bought. He hasn't featured or started yet. I don't know if he's actually come on for you guys because you've got Matip and Van Dijk, sort of controlling the back at the moment. But say Van Dijk is injured, you only got, I mean, if you're only away maybe 2 injuries away from maybe, not say falling apart, because what you could tell last season when you lost important players that it really did affect your league position, and then it's only towards the end of the season that you started to win games in a row. You know what I mean? Without Van Dijk and that. So do you think that you needed to make your squad a bit deeper?
The issue is obviously lack of funds means that you can't go out and be buying everybody that you really need, and injuries have been a problem defensively for us. So if Matip gets injured, we don't know whether Van Dijk, I mean, how long is he going to stay fit until an injury does come along? Gomez can be injury prone as well. So we're going to get into that situation at some point in the season where, yes, Konate has come in and will be used alongside, I believe, Phillips has.
Yeah, he just signed a new deal, isn't he?
Yeah, agreed to deal. So potentially that situation probably could come up again. And I don't want to...
If you get them two, Konate is not obviously experienced the Premier League, and it might be a slow start for him. So you've got all of that to worry about.
The thing is, when you've got a Rolls-Royce centre-back as Van Dijk is, and you've got Matip playing alongside him, it's very difficult to give others a chance. And I just hope those two stay fit throughout the season.
Yeah. Quickly on the game, what are your thoughts on the game, Dave, as well? You want to come in here? First of all, what are your thoughts on the game? What are your thoughts on the red card, Kofi? Was it a sending off?
I disagree with the sending off. It did spoil the game, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, if you see the replay over and over, there was intention, definite intention, but I don't think it was a red card.
Yeah, I think the referee spotted it. I think the rules for that is just ridiculous.
I thought, it was such a good game before that. Do you know what I mean? It was end to end, quick passing, quick movement. Yeah, it was exciting to watch. And then for me, it's the fact that Anthony Taylor went over to the monitor and couldn't even wait 2 minutes before putting the whistle in his mouth. So that for me was just unjust. He should have watched the video and then really reflected upon it. And rash, decision making like that just spoils games. And yeah, you hit on nail, Cove. I don't think you guys have a plan B. It
was terrible. It was just so predictable. And I just, at times, I just felt, you know what, Chelsea probably could have scored another goal. If they
11 against 11. I mean, the thing is, even with 10 men, Chelsea there was a couple of times where they nearly did score.
There was opportunities for Chelsea to wrap the game up, which had Lukaku got in, which he was marshalled most of the game, and we'll marshal him again.
Wait, Oren, Van Dijk was getting bullied before.
Van Dijk wasn't getting bullied. Come on, David.
Kofi,
David,
were you watching the same game? He had
the game,
both
David.
Matip and Van Dijk on the ropes.
Yeah, there was one time. There was one time where he spun.
Second half, you lot controlled it. I got to give it that to him. But first half, he had you lot on toast, bruv. Trust me. You know that, coach.
You
And do you know what I was even
over-exaggerating, Chelsea.
I don't. Do you know what? I don't even think we would have conceded though. I think it would have been very.
You didn't look like you
11
didn't
versus
look like
11.
conceding. Yeah, you didn't look like conceding. You didn't look like you was conceding. You look at your side and you're just so organised and well drilled. Absolutely,
Yeah, they are.
That's the problem. I go back to my side and we can't even. This is the worrying thing. And Arsenal right now, defensively, last season we would have had the third best defense. Would you believe it? Last season, but. A lot of pundits have been saying, I've looked at it and I'm thinking, I could do a basic defending twice now. We've been done by small players.
Yeah.
Crosses. What was Chambers doing? Mistimes his head. Gundogan comes in, bang. Yeah. And then Chambers gets a little flutter in his face, ends up on the floor, probably embarrassed. Yeah. It's too easy. There was nothing that Man City had to do to work hard for the game. There was nothing. Because even I've got my missus just walked in. Oh, here she is.
Hello. I think that Chelsea were playing a bit like Burnley.
Exactly. Thank you.
Wow.
If you want to come on and make your point, you can come on, girl. Wow. She says Chelsea was playing a bit like Burnley. Can't wait to see Ronaldo in the Premier League. We'll touch on that because I'm going to round up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, with 10 men, I think with 10 men we did very well. At Anfield, Liverpool, playing against the Cop. Do you know what I mean? 1-1. I think we did a very good job. Very good job. And that's what
when you turn the favourite at the Bridge, you think it's going to be a totally different game?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah. Absolutely. That one, 100%. I'm confident of. Yeah, 100%.
Wow. Another comment here. Can't wait to see Ronaldo in the Premier League. That's really interesting. That's Mr. D is a Man United fan, so I'm sure he's glad to see Ronaldo. Yeah. I don't know what his wages are, but it's a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have preferred him at City. I think the way United have bought and the way that they play it now, they just get the result and get the job done, if you get what I mean. They don't necessarily play attractive football, or they don't dominate, because obviously Wolves dominated them. Just get it.
So do you think, Dave, that if Man City, if Ronaldo was playing in the Man City side, he would get more goals, do you reckon?
I think he would have got more goals, but I feel that they wouldn't have centered everything around him. Do you know what I mean? Because Man City, no one's like the talisman over there. Do you know what I mean?
There's no star player there. Everybody
star player, exactly. Yeah.
That's
why I wanted him to go there. But at United, he's going to give you 20 goals. That's the thing. I mean, regardless of being 37, he's not going to be taking players on, but he's going to be in the right place at the right time.
His position is just going to be
in
the yard box, and if that's his heading ability is still there. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is? He's probably got about three, four free kicks in him. Probably that will go into a goal. He's probably got about 5 to 10 penalties as well. He's gonna easily get 20 goals.
That'll be interesting between him and Fernandes, isn't it?
Fernandes.
That would be interesting. That is interesting. That it was a pretty. I mean, the Man United fans, there was a meltdown with regards to him going to City, and then all of a sudden, but I think his agent was played that one well. His agent played that well. You know what I mean? And he got his dream move back to Man United. He said he's done it for Alex Ferguson. He's done it for the fans. He's coming there to make a difference. At 36, Paul Merson's got his reservations about it because he feels that he's not the same Ronaldo that was there in 2008. He's not going to be running down the wing or bursting down the wing. The Premier League is a lot different to the Serie A. It's a lot slower, but still. In 30 appearances, 31 appearances, 29 goals. I wouldn't mind that for us. I wouldn't mind that.
But that's what I was going to say. The only good thing is the fact that Man United have a PE teacher in charge. For all the top players they got a PE. So to be fair, yeah, I am a little bit shook, but knowing that Ollie is at the wheel, kind of gives me a little bit more hope that, potentially other teams will be able to be all right.
Okay, so coming on to you, Dave, with your signings, and I think what we'll do, we'll just round it up and just say where do we think we're going to cover the league.
Yeah,
so more signing, Lukaku and a couple of other players you got in.
Yeah, I just want to put it out there because I think a lot of United fans out there are still saying, yeah, but we don't have a DM. We don't have a DM. You guys have spent big on a centre back. You had defensive issues. You spent big on a centre back. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, we don't have a proper striker. You've got Ronaldo. You've got a proper striker. Oh, we don't have proper. You've got Jadon Sancho. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got players in now where I don't feel that you guys can make any excuses, and I feel that Man United have to be challenging for the league now. I don't think there's any excuses anymore. And if they don't win a major trophy this season, he's definitely got to go. I think so with that squad.
Yeah, I'm sure Big D will be happy for that to happen. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? He's beaten our invincible record with I think 28 now away unbeaten record, 28 now. So he's doing something.
There's no
right?
trophy to show that. Though.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. There is no trophy to show. So we'll wait and see that. But just going with regards to Chelsea, their players and just where you think you're going to finish in the league and how it's gone.
Do you know what? Yeah, window's gone really well, really, really well. I think Lukaku's definitely going to be,
Big D's going in on you, mate. He's going in on you.
No, but I think Lukaku's might be the difference of us winning the league or not. I think he himself has got 20 goals in him. Do you know what I mean? I think for us, what it is, we're in 4 competitions. Effectively, we could play 60 games at the end of the season. You've got to have a big squad. And I feel that even our second team, from now, our depth is unreal now, which 2 seasons ago with the transfer ban we didn't have. 2 seasons ago we were playing the likes of Will.i.am and David Luiz. But now we've got Ziyech, Pulisic, Werner, all top players who are on the bench. So I think, good signing. Sal Rodriguez. Is it Rodriguez?
Yeah. Sal Rodriguez from
Atletico. Yeah,
he's a good player. I think he scores goals and that. He
does.
Yeah.
For me, I think we brought him in because Kante has a lot of injury problems. And our weakness is when Jorginho and Kovacic plays together, they can kind of get bullied. Teams can have a better day against us when Kante's not in that midfield. Right. So I think Sal could, bridge that gap a little bit. So overall, I think we've got a good chance of winning the league this season.
So you're happy with your window, and you have players that you've got, and okay. So the question. So let's just go around, and we're going to include Man United in this as well. So with Man United making their signings, Varane, Sancho, and now Ronaldo. I think there was another player. How many players did they buy? Was it 4? Can't remember. I think it was 3 or 4 players. But those key players, Varane, good defender, Sancho, and Ronaldo. Where do you think that they will finish based on their window and their current squad?
Ronaldo's just a goal scorer. He's just in the right place at the right time. So, it's all to do with how many goals Ronaldo scores, I think.
Right. So I'm pushing you on a position. What are you saying? Where do you think they're going to finish?
Top 4 out of Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, and United. I don't know. It's gonna.
Oh, all right. So you don't want to commit yourself. You're saying they will finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
You're not too sure which order.
Yeah, out of those 4, it'll be
Okay. So now that we've said Man U, Chelsea.
Obviously,
Again,
I'll back my team, but look, I think any one of the top 4 could win it. Honestly speaking, if Van Dijk stays fit all season, yeah, true. Probably if you do, yeah. But I think if Van Dijk stays fit all season, Salah's gonna get a good 20, 25 goals. Mane finds his shooting boots again. You know, Jota obviously gets goals here and there. Again, they've got a really good side. The Liverpool know how to beat the small teams as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially at Anfield, they know how to get the job done. So it could be any City again. You know, yeah, they don't have a main striker, but they like scoring. You know, good at going forward. Yeah, it could be any one of the top 4.
Well, the boldness has come from Big D saying if we finish above Chelsea, he's saying they win the league. So technically speaking, what he's basically saying is that Chelsea will win the league based on the squad that you've got. Do you agree with him there then?
No,
you don't want to say it, do you? You don't want to commit yourself, do you? Come on.
What is there?
Do you agree with what D has said? If we finish above Chelsea, we win the league. If Man United finish above Chelsea, yeah, they win the league.
I still feel that.
You actually agreed with that. You agreed with that statement.
I definitely feel all 4 of the top 4 have got equal chances.
This guy's a politician, you know. This guy's a politician.
I think that City still have they're still the team to beat. Regardless of, because I mean, if they get Kane in January, if they go in and get Kane in January, then that could be it. But I still think that they're the team to beat, and the rest probably everybody's going to be fighting for that the league win. So it's going to be difficult.
That sums up Liverpool, though. That statement from D.
Yeah, that's very true.
Would you agree with that? No, I mean, it's not banter. I think he's actually saying, I think your first 11 is peak, but the squad.
Yeah. I mean, the first 11 definitely decent. That squad, it needs tweaking, additions, but they need quality additions. That's the thing.
Yeah, but as I said, I don't think Liverpool are going to spend in January. I can't see them unless injuries come, but I can't see them spending. If they've done their business earlier as well. I just don't see them unless something goes a bit Pete Tong, and then maybe they may be going for a player in January. So Dave has not committed himself. He's just saying that it's just going to be basically a fight between Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and Chelsea. But he doesn't want to commit himself. But D has bigged up his chest and said that if they finish above Chelsea, they win the league. Man United win the league. So where do you think, Kofi, you will finish based on your transfer dealings, your squad size? Where do you think you'll finish?
Put me on the spot as well. I'm going to say between second and third.
What was that?
Second and third.
Second or third. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Right. Last and not penultimate. Guys, please go easy on me, yeah? Please.
Arsenal, wow.
Right.
I was speaking to a friend. And I said Arsenal may finish mid-table below.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad, honestly.
I'm saying we spent a lot. We spent the most. We've got a manager who's a novice. We've got owners who are novice. We've got Edu, director of football, is a novice who's just like sitting on a jet ski smoking his Panama cigars and you name it. I say we will come 10th.
Oh, okay.
We will be worse than, I think we'll be worse than the 8th place finish. And that is the problem, is that we can't attract players at the moment. That is the problem. Nobody wants to come to us. We can't sell players and nobody wants to come to us. We're paying over the odds. We you know, Ben White is not really a £50 million player, but because we wanted him, Arteta wanted him, we ended up paying £20 million more. You know, it is what it is. You know, thanks, D. You know, so
Yeah.
I think with us finishing 10th, but as Dave said, Norwich and Burnley, we don't win those games. It's time to go. It's time to go, as Claude would say. It's time to go. Hey guys, at that juncture, it's time to go. Listen, guys, I really want to thank you. Kof, I know you went over your time. I know you was meant to have gone over.
Always.
But I really appreciate Dave, all the way from Dubai.
Yeah.
Now, it must be about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Well, you go and get your Zeds,
man.
and listen, we'll try and link another time after the internationals. We'll see. We go again, and hopefully, I'll be having smiles on my face at the next What's Going On podcast. But guys, thanks a lot. Take care of yourselves. Thank you guys for coming on the channel. Thank you for those that were in the chat and you shared. Please like, subscribe if you're new, share. And I will see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.